What if I told you the air you're breathing right now is holding gallons of fresh drinking water just waiting to be tapped? In 2026, true independence isn't just about Starlink or solar panels anymore. It's about not relying on water trucks, crumbling infrastructure, or waiting for the clouds to finally open up. Today, we're breaking down tech that sounds like straight-up sci-fi, but is actually here: atmospheric water generators, or AWGs. But heads up, I've been scouring Amazon, and there's a massive trap waiting for anyone who doesn't know what they're looking for. I've seen $70 pitchers marketed as water generators that don't create a single drop. They're just basic hydrogen bottles that modify the water you already have. If you want to know which machines can literally pull water out of the desert and which ones are just marketing scams, stick around. We're separating the hype from the reality, so your quest for independence doesn't end with $1,000 down the drain. To understand how a machine can literally pull water out of thin air, just think of your car's AC, or a standard home dehumidifier. Essentially, what you're looking at is a medical-grade refrigeration system. The process is actually pretty fascinating. The unit sucks in ambient air and passes it through a multi-stage filtration system, usually HEPA, or activated carbon, to scrub out dust, pollen, and pollutants. Once the air is clean, it enters a chamber where a compressor flash cools it. This causes the moisture to condense into liquid water droplets. But here's where things get serious, because that water needs to be treated to be 100% safe. The liquid goes through a purification circuit that typically includes sediment filters, carbon blocks, and in high-end models, reverse osmosis membranes. To top it all off and ensure there's zero microbial life, the water is sterilized using UVC light. Now don't miss this part, because it's the real kicker. Remineralization. You have to realize that water pulled straight from the air is, by definition, distilled water. Without adding minerals back in, it wouldn't hydrate you properly, and honestly, it would taste pretty flat. That's why these machines use mineral cartridges to balance everything out, giving you premium, high-quality alkaline water. Because of all this tech, you'll notice that real spec sheets always list gallons per day, GPD, humidity ranges, and operating temperatures. If the air is too dry or it's freezing outside, the machine simply doesn't have the raw material it needs to work its magic. Now that you know the secret sauce behind the tech, let's see what's actually worth your money in 2026. I've vetted dozens of options to bring you 3 machines that finally deliver solid, verifiable data. Model A, the professional standard, Solaris Water, Gen 20. If you're looking for what I'd call the tank of this category, you've got to check this out. On Amazon, you might see it pop up under names like Aqua Vitale or Lecasaico, but make no mistake. This is a ruggedly built machine that promises up to 5 gallons of water a day. It's the perfect fit for a modern home or an office looking for that tech luxury vibe. It features a 7-stage purification system, including ultrafiltration and UV light, so you never have to worry about water purity. The catch? Unlike other brands, their documentation is a bit of a black box, and the listing translations can be pretty sketchy, which hurts that total confidence we're looking for in a big investment. But if you live in a high humidity area and want a unit with a serious presence, it's a very solid contender. Model B, the Efficiency King, WaterCube 10. Pay attention to this one, because if you're planning on living off-grid, this is the one you want. The WaterCube 10 is in a league of its own because they actually publish the numbers most brands hide. It consumes just 0.26 kilowatt-hours per liter produced. It can crank out over 10 gallons a day in peak conditions, which is insane for its size. The best part? It's built for the van life and nomad community, supporting both AC and 12-volt DC power, making it super easy to hook up to your solar panels and battery banks. The downside, while it's efficient per gallon, producing water at scale is still an energy hog. You're going to need a beefy battery setup if you don't want to be sitting in the dark while you're filling your glass. Model C, the logical choice, NEWater 30. Finally, we have my personal frontrunner if you're looking for a reliable home unit. The NEWater 30 is a beast when it comes to filtration. It actually includes a built-in reverse osmosis, RO, system, which most AWGs don't offer out of the box. This machine can give you about 8 gallons a day if the humidity is right, ideally around 80%. It has a decent operating floor, kicking in at about 35% humidity, and the manufacturer makes it super easy to find replacement filters. But here's the tax you pay. This thing is power hungry. We're talking a rated consumption of 900 watts. Don't let that sleek water cooler aesthetic fool you. Inside, there's a massive motor that's going to push your electrical circuit to the limit. All right, let's get into some real talk, because making water out of thin air comes with a price tag that goes way beyond what you pay at checkout. I'm talking about power. You've got to understand that this process is basically a heavyweight fight against thermodynamics, and it is an absolute energy hog. Here's the reality check. A model like the New Water 30 pulls around 900 watts. To put that into perspective, that's like leaving a microwave or a hairdryer running nonstop while the machine is doing its thing. If your plan is to get free water from the sun, you're going to need some serious muscle in your solar setup. Don't make the rookie mistake of thinking any old portable power station will cut it. If you try to hook one of these generators up to a small unit like an EcoFlow River 3, you'd be lucky to get 30 minutes of runtime. It would be like trying to drain the ocean with a teaspoon. You'll be sitting in the dark before you've even filled a single glass of water. If you're serious about this, if you really want that total freedom, you need a power station with at least a 1,000 watt-hour capacity. Units like the Anker Solix C1000, which we reviewed recently, or the Jackery 2000, are the kind of heavy hitters that can actually handle the load. That's the only way to guarantee the condensation and filtration cycles actually finish. Get this through your head. In the world of survival and off-grid tech, no power means no water. Independence is a complete ecosystem, not just a standalone gadget. At this point, we have to ask the big question. Is it actually worth dropping thousands of dollars on a machine that literally makes water? The short answer? It completely depends on your location and your mindset. If you live in an area where the relative humidity stays above 40%, these units are, quite literally, a life insurance policy. We're not just talking about convenience here. We're talking about resilience. If you try to calculate the ROI based strictly on the price of bottled water at the grocery store, it'll take you years to break even. But that's the wrong way to look at it. What you're buying here is peace of mind. You're buying the certainty that no matter what happens to the grid or how bad the local drought gets, your tap will never run dry, as long as you have a bit of power and some air. It's arguably the ultimate level of water independence. Now, full disclosure, if you live in a bone-dry climate where humidity constantly dips below 20%, you're going to struggle. The machine will be working overtime, eating up more juice and producing way less than what it says on the box. In that scenario, it's a tough investment to justify. But for everyone else, for those of you looking to go off the grid and take control of your own resources, the tech has finally matured. These aren't experimental prototypes anymore. They are real, powerful, and reliable appliances you can buy today. Check out this comparison table of the models we've covered. It'll help you see the specs side by side. I've put together a water survival kit for you down in the description and in the first pinned comment. You'll find direct Amazon links to the legit generators we analyzed today, and more importantly, to the battery banks that can power them without breaking a sweat. Please do not fall for the trap of those cheap pitchers or miracle bottles. You now have the gear knowledge to tell the difference between life-saving tech and pure marketing fluff. If you want to keep learning how to master your own resources and stop relying on anyone else in 2026, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Your independence starts with the right information. I'll see you in the next one.